Hey, what's up? Here is another episode of Meet the Trainers with me, Tiff, and my good buddy Darryl Bolke, another longtime veteran of the TACCON trainers cadre. So, Darryl, I hope you are having a fantastic day. More importantly, I hope Melanie is having a fantastic day. That's who I really care about here. Let's just be
Yeah,
honest.
that's all. Yeah, like I said, she said the same thing. I don't care about your meeting. Just say hey to Tiff for me. So,
Well, you be sure to give her a great big hug. But I digress. Let's stay on task here. Tell everybody who doesn't know you yet who Darryl Bolke is and what you do.
Darryl Bolke, normally go by DB or Bad Santa these days. Yeah, I'm a retired police officer from Southern California. Do an extensive amount of work these days in various security capacities. Typical road trainer. Currently, my new big thing is working with Brian Eastridge at American Fighting Revolver, Patreon and training stuff. Co-founder of Hardwired Tactical Training with Wayne Dobbs, good pal Wayne. Um, we host Revolver Roundup, the Pat Rogers Memorial Roundup at Gunsight. Did Thunderstick Summit this year. Obviously, TACCON and just longtime trainer, police officer, a lot of the same background as a lot of other folks. And my normal claim to fame is I have worked investigations of, have been in a lot of shootings, and have a pretty good idea of what happens in the real world on actual lethal application of force with a firearm. So,
Well, we're really happy about all of that, but your actual claim to fame, Darryl, let's be honest, is that you're married to an amazing woman. So
yeah, I completely outkicked my coverage on wife, and yeah, everybody. Yeah, now it's I used to be kind of my own thing in the firearms world. Now it's Melanie's husband. So
well, hey, there are worse titles to have than that, my
yeah,
friend.
absolutely.
Um,
So
all right,
I'm
so
blessed.
yes, sir, and thank her for sharing you with us, and thank you for sharing her with us. So let's shift gears and talk about your classes at TACCON. One, you're reprising for I think this might be the third year that you've done Mouse Gun Mindset. Tell us about that. It's a lecture class, not a live fire class. Talk about Mouse Gun Mindset.
So yeah, last year was the first one. So this is a test. I didn't do this last year, and the class was packed. Now it helped that it was pouring rain and lightning uh, during my class because everybody wanted to be in the classroom with DB on that one. So the benefit was, I think a lot of people who would have never taken that class took it, and the reviews were over the top good. So I was happy with that. Mouse gun mindset is something completely kind of out of the ordinary for what I would normally be doing, but it's basically taking a hard look at carrying small guns, carrying subcaliber guns. And that class spurned out of a conversation between, well, several conversations with me and Gary Greco. And once I started working very heavily post retirement in the private sector, where I am under a lot of scrutiny and work in a lot of no gun environments, small guns became part of my world. And then pretty soon, subcaliber small guns became part of my world. And it requires a very different mindset to run those guns, but they can be run very efficiently. So I delve pretty much into who they're for, where they apply, and kind of the change in mindset you have to use when you're running little guns. And it's been the reception to it has been hugely popular because it does set your brain up properly for a lot of the real world right now. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we spend, I tell a lot of people that taking lecture classes at TACCON is really the golden nugget everybody misses. Most of the trainers there, we all do multi-day firearms classes. What we don't do a whole lot of are 2 to 4 hour lecture blocks. And Range Master at TACCON, that's really the only place you get these. And so it's a unique experience to do that. So I usually like doing the lecture classes. So
Nice. Well, thank you for those kind words and for the shameless plug for classes. I agree. We hear that a lot, that the lecture classes are really sort of the unsung heroes of TACCon. So I appreciate you lending some credence to that notion. Let's talk about a new class that you're bringing to TACCon this year with one of my absolute favorite people, just underneath you, Darryl. No, I'm just kidding. Y'all are kind of neck and neck. David Cagle is making his debut appearance as a member of the TACCon trainers cadre. And I am so excited about that because David, I just cannot say enough good things about that amazing young man. But you and he are teaming up. Oh, suspense. Hold that thought. My dinner just got delivered. Hang on.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back. Now I have fantastic chicken tikka masala from my favorite Indian restaurant. It's going to be amazing.
Perfect.
All right, but anyway.
Glad somebody likes Indian food because it's not me.
Oh my gosh, I love Indian food. Okay, I'm so sorry for the distraction.
That's all right.
We were talking about a new class with you and David Cagle called When Things Go Right. This is a classroom block. Tell us what that's going to be all about.
So TACCon is where I met and adopted little David at the one in New Orleans, or where it was close or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have brought David up with a lot of us, but David and I have become extremely close, like family level close. Mm-hmm. So there's been a couple classes at TACCon in the past, particularly with one of my dearest friends on the planet, Eric Gellerhouse, other people who have been through shooting incidents that did not go very well. We've had legal classes discussing when shootings and use of lethal force doesn't go very well. David and I have both been involved in lethal force incidents, shooting, officer involved shootings. That actually went spectacularly well. And we wanted to do something to sort of present the other side, that these things don't always have to be horrific tragedies or horrifically poorly handled, that sometimes things go particularly right. And there's a certain kind of formula for that as well. And some of it may surprise people of why these things sort of went right. Okay. So I'm going to debrief one of the shootings I was in, which was a shooting in a bar. And then David is going to do the shooting that he was involved in on New Year's Eve a couple years ago, which he won a Medal of Valor for. And we're going to kind of go over kind of what happened, a debrief, and then kind of some lessons learned for that maybe the attendees to the lecture can pick up on.
Well, and then I just think it's amazing. And it's a great juxtaposition because like you're here with all these decades of experience. David had this encounter when he was relatively new in his career in law enforcement, but he had put in so much work, including being mentored by folks like you and others, that it's just, it's a great, the two of you together presenting different perspectives of your experience and how, like you said, these things can actually go right, even if you haven't been in law enforcement for 50 years or what have you. It's just, I really think this class is going to be amazing. So I appreciate you guys putting it together.
What was a lot of people don't know about David's shooting is I responded to that from New Year's Eve eating Chinese food in a blizzard from Dallas to Oklahoma, and was on the phone the whole time with Brian Eastridge. There was a lot that could have gone wrong for David that didn't, because we got involved early with it. And, it'll be some lessons for some folks, I think, and hearing that. So it'll be good. And then I'm sure you'll get on with David on the chaos class. And I'm going to help David run that one as his first sort of where he'll be the primary instructor on a live fire block. So
yeah, but I was going to ask you to just do a quick teaser for it, because I know David's crazy globetrotting all over the world now. So I don't know if
no, he'll be able to talk to you on the phone. Trust me.
Oh, great. Okay, so I'm hoping that we'll do, and you give him a nudge for me, because I would love to do a video with David, especially since this will be his first year teaching. But give us a quick teaser for Chaotic Pistol. First of all, what an amazing name. I love it. But this is a live fire block. We'll be led by David, but you're gonna be pitching in. So what's that one about? And hopefully we'll get more details from David later.
Just as a little teaser, David has attended my training habits of highly successful gunfighters a block of instruction more times than anybody. And he says, it's funny, it's always different. You know how I teach without any assistance and just make it up. The PowerPoint's just a guide. But one of the things that really came out of that class that David has glommed onto and getting him with the right people to mentor under, the same people I did, is shooting incidents are complete and utter chaos. And I mean utter chaos. And I don't care how good it goes, they're all chaos. David wants to introduce some of that into a live fire block where you are going to have to be dealing with things other than one-dimensional paper targets on a sterile range environment, that when we get into this stuff for real, there's a lot going on and it's a lot of problem solving and utter chaos. And so we're going to set some drills up for people to kind of get a little bit of an experience of kind of how we train for those environments that we're pretty familiar with how things are going to go and what we already know we're going to expect in a actual lethal force application with a firearm in the real world. So
Nice.
That's your teaser. And then David can be all excited and talk to you on Zoom.
All right, excellent. Well, I'm hoping to get that video done real soon, so we can hear from him before, like I said, he makes his grand debut at TACCON. I'm thrilled about that. So again, thank you for mentoring David. Thank you for not letting us run you off from TACCON. You're one of the longest serving TACCON trainers, and
you know why? I'm your favorite because I never will end up. Lately I've been shooting my pocket guns in the shoot-offs or in the match, so I'll never go to the finals. So you always have somebody to stick a class in that'll always help you out with. Hey, can you make a class up?
We haven't had to do that yet this year. Knock on wood. Now stuff goes wrong at the last minute, but yeah,
it's early.
That's true. It might still happen. All right, my friend. Well, thank you so much. I am going to let you go, but I can't wait to see you in Dallas. And please don't forget to bring your better half so I can get a big hug from her and another one from you.
She will be there. She needs a TIFF hug, so you're all good.
All right, friends. I'll see you guys later. Thank you.
All right. Have a good one. Thank you.